nerf this!
Bring me another! Oh my god! Pass into the iris, babe.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Geek podcast. I am Sky.
And I'm Dukat.
And we're here to talk about a few things.
Yeah, a bunch of geek stuff.
Like your face.
I don't want to do this podcast anymore. Episode 1, people, and we're already falling apart.
Alright, so let's talk about ourselves. I'm Sky. I literally just threw that name into a username generating thing and I just stayed with it for who knows how long.
I'm Dukat Rebel. I'm a super big anime nerd. I also play a lot of games. I suck at them. I suck at all of them.
You're better than me though.
I still really suck. Okay? Like, I'm bad. But I love them. And I hope you love the games we talk about too.
Alright, so that's enough about us. So let's talk about Hammond first.
Yeah.
And that adorable ball of pumpkin.
Oh man, the Halloween skins for Overwatch. Okay, clarify, Hammond is Wrecking Ball from Overwatch.
Nobody calls him that.
Yeah, no one calls him Wrecking Ball because the hamster is Hammond. But yeah, the new Halloween event for Overwatch just dropped, and what are your thoughts on it?
Need a new one. Junkenstein's Revenge is getting really, really old and very spammy if you think about it.
Yeah, Blizzard really needs to get rid of that. Like, it was fun the first year, then it was kind of understandable the second year, but it's the third year we're getting that, and there's no variety to it.
They just added Brig.
I mean, yeah, but they didn't even add another boss. The second year we got, like, Symmetra as a boss.
Yeah, but now Symmetra is annoying now. I don't like her there.
I guess, yeah.
I don't like that her ultimate being spammed there, especially in endless mode. It's the most frustrating thing ever.
I know. I was hoping they'd have a game mode like around Chateau, like the deathmatch map. It would have been really cool.
I thought they were gonna drop a horror house thing.
Yeah, that would have been cool as well. But I mean, Blizzard must be working on some things, and we'll touch on what our speculations might be during the Blizzcon part.
They were probably busy with Blizzcon, that's why they didn't really do anything.
I guess, but still, we got some sick skins. What are your favorites?
I really love the Moira skin. It's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Who else got a skin? Pharah. I like Pharah's skin.
She has no body. That's not even Pharah.
I still like it.
People, don't confuse yourselves. That's not Pharah. It's just armor.
When she dies and she's already dead, her armor goes everywhere.
That's not. I refuse to accept this, Pharah. She's dead. They killed her.
You really should have just called Doomfish skin just Doomfish.
Doomfish would have been funny. It would have been cute,
and it would have made sense, and everybody would probably be more happy about not getting a new mode. Hey Blizzard, give us a new mode, please.
Man, yeah, a new mode would have been cool. There will be some cool things dropping by BlizzCon, hopefully. There are some speculations of things. Okay, you want to transition to BlizzCon unless you have anything else to say about... You want to talk about, like, the latest patch first?
I thought we could talk about the latest patch.
Sure, yeah.
They should have just deleted Doomfist. Like, actually, just deleted Doomfist from the game. I want him gone. Do you want him gone?
No, I actually really like Doomfist.
Why do you like Doomfist? Why are you one of those people who like Doomfist? You don't even play Doomfist.
I like him. Look, whenever he comes out, let's say like on a pro game, whenever he comes out, it's such a hype thing to see like Doomfist wrecked house. The thing is, he should be way more situational. I don't like it that he's meta on every map. That
he shouldn't be meta.
Yeah, that he can just come in and one shot everyone. It should be a lot more. There should be ways to punish him like a lot more, you know. But I like him conceptually. I like close range like characters. I feel like I don't think we're gonna get like like one of those monk kind of heroes in like most games where they're like close range fighters,
like melee brawler types.
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna get one of those. So Doomfist is probably the closest one we're gonna get. And it's already pretty cool. I just think maybe we can nerf him a bit more than his current nerf. I don't think it's enough.
I can't even play Doomfist because I get so dizzy playing him, which is unfortunate.
I mean, I can't play him just because I suck at him. I just suck at Doomfist.
You suck at Doomfist.
Yeah. Wait. I suck at Doomfist. Okay.
All right, let's go back to the patch notes. So some of the highlights, one of them is the colorblind option updates, which is very, very great for most of our colorblind friends. I saw colorblind being, do you know colorblind?
You mean the streamer?
The streamer, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She said that she was finally able to actually play the game now and is happy about it.
Yeah, I saw that too. I'm really happy for her. And for anyone who is colorblind, I also see that people who are not colorblind are also happy about this update because it allows them to customize, the color schemes to fit how they would like to play better. I don't think I would use this personally because it's not for me. Like it actually is for people who have like colorblind like issues, right? But for me, I don't know. I like the vanilla colors of Overwatch. I think Overwatch is a very pretty game.
Mm-hmm.
So since I don't like suffer like not being able to recognize colors, I think I'm just going to stick to like carte blanche.
Yeah,
not carte blanche. That's not the word. But yes, I'll stick to like normal Overwatch.
Oh, and some people have been using this for like kind of spectating. Just because it's fun to look at.
Yeah,
it's nice to look at.
It'll be easier to differentiate.
It'll have like not just a blue and red kind of team. You can have like different colors of the team.
I really like the teal.
The teal looks really nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, some more updates. So they added more clarity for the sounds of the game, which is great because personally it's hard for me to know if I'm being flanked because I'm deaf. Probably, I don't know.
I guess
like I'm turning deaf, like my ears are destroyed.
Look, any quality of life changes that they make that will improve the game are welcome. I think we could skip like most of these. Like,
yeah, let's just go with hero updates, the most important ones. So Brigitte, they reduced her shield health to 500 from 600. I don't think it does a lot.
I'm going to be of controversial opinion here. I don't think Brig deserves most of the hate she's getting. I get that she's very irritating to play against, and that's coming from a Reinhardt player. Like, I hate fighting Brig. It is annoying. I'm just stun locked all the time. But, I mean, she feels like a necessary evil. And, I mean, as long as we can nerf her to the point where, it feels balanced, where it's not as punishing, then, yeah, I still feel that she has a place in this game.
Yeah, I think it also comes from, how easy it is to pick up Brig for a lot of players. And that's why a lot of people are using her, and that's why a lot of people are very upset that she is in the meta right now. But she isn't so bad, to fight against if you know how to fight against her.
Yeah, that is true. She is pretty easy to just pick up and play.
Alright, next we got Doomfist. So his damage fall now starts at 15 meters. Basically, this doesn't really do much, to be honest.
It does nothing.
It does nothing. It just makes him oh, I can't shoot you from afar, so I'm just gonna get closer to you, which is the point of Doomfist.
If they wanted to really, nerf Doomfist, I would change, the cooldowns to his abilities. I would, add maybe a second or two on a lot of the mobility cooldowns. That way, it just, a Doomfist needs to know when they can engage. So it feels okay, it's a high risk, high reward kind of thing, And I feel like a lot of Doomfist still manage to zip away, like it's nothing.
Yeah, too fast. They can escape too fast. They can get in too fast. They need to probably just add a few seconds, like you said. Make it more better time because it's not okay. Doomfist isn't easy to play. I can't pick him up. I can't really play him. But once you do get hang of Doomfist, he's pretty terrifying to play, especially for me when I'm a support player. But it's really a matter of making him more I don't know, not scared. It's like, just give him more...
I mean, if I could be selfish and if I could like demand that the Overwatch team does something about Doomfist, the first thing I'd say is like just make him a bit more skill based.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a super big fan of his one hit kill. I would much prefer if like he could get a kill if he can like land the perfect combo. Like if he were a combo character, that would be like super cool. You know, because when he was released, people were going like, "Oh, look at all these combos you can do with Doomfist."
Oh yeah, I remember.
No one really uses those. You know, not even like a pro level. Like they rarely need to use those. And it'd be cool if Doomfist had to like hit a couple of abilities, string them together to land a kill. And if it were a bit harder to do that, that way it'd be far more rewarding for the Doomfist player to actually get a crucial kill.
So basically, just increase his cooldowns, I guess.
I mean, I'd also say like maybe reduce the damage of his primary punch.
That too, but
but
I think that's fine. I don't have an issue with it. It's really just a matter of the cooldowns for me.
Okay.
Give him less time to escape.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like basically, if he gets in your face, he needs to finish the kill.
I guess
Something like that. All right, next up we have McCree.
well, McCree and Soldier have like similar changes.
So McCree's combat role has been reduced from 8 to 6, and I appreciate this honestly because I'm trying to learn a few DPS, and I'm more on playing with hit scan, siren, and projectile. So the fact that they reduce the cooldown is good for me, especially since I'm trying to learn them. You know, it's quite good because you can use combat rule to escape. You can use it to reload.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this will be good for McCree. What do you think?
I made a mistake. I actually looked at the patch notes. It was the last patch where Soldier and McCree had the same change.
Mm-hmm.
These are completely different changes. Yeah, the combat roll is a cool one. Quicker. For me, it's really just quicker, like reloads. So that would be really cool. I don't actually play a lot of McCree. I suck at hit scan. But I'm really happy for like McCree players.
Yeah, because his reload takes a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like just his regular reload. So the roll is good.
Yeah.
Especially since McCree moves very slow.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you need to get out quick and the roll is good for that.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Pharah. Okay, now you're a Pharah player.
Yes, I am.
You love Pharah.
She's my baby girl.
So there has been debates on whether Pharah got a nerf or a buff. But what do you feel about it?
I like it. I think there's valid criticism when it comes to like people saying like this is a nerf. I think in ways this is a nerf, but overall I still think this is a very positive change for Pharah. She gets more DPS now because her rocket shoots faster. So you'll be able, if you can land all your hits, you will land a lot more and cause way more damage than you ever could before. I find this to be really, really helpful when it comes to Pharah v Pharah battles. It's just so much quicker to get that second hit on Pharah. Also on the enemy Mercy. Now it's like way easier for me to just land that second hit on that Mercy tailing behind, you know? It's really quick, it's really good. The lack of splash, I've already experienced like how weird it is. There are some hits that I used to do. Splash damage hits, which I knew would hit before that don't hit now. But I mean, just do body shots for it. You know, just land the rockets on their bodies. You know, you just gotta aim a bit better now.
Yeah, it also incentivizes a smarter play with Pharah because it means you'd need to actually be hitting direct hits. That also means that her skill cap increased a bit because of it, I think.
I also like the explosion knockback reduction. I think that makes it like easier to gauge where they're going to land, to gauge where we're going to be, you know?
Yeah.
So it's going to be easier for me to predict like where to shoot my second rocket to finish off that kill. I also like the reduced cooldown of concussive blast. I think just generally there's a lot of things that are done.
All right.
Do you really care about the other heroes? I mean,
Not
they're not
really.
really big changes.
I do like the main change, the visual effects for the abilities. I like that you can see like the whole dome thing. You can see where it will actually hit, because back then it would just be the floor, and then you would be like, okay, why am I getting hit by this? And now you can visually see where it actually is.
This is definitely more fair. Although, by being fair, I feel like it is also somewhat of a nerf to Mei.
Why?
Because now the enemy team can see where like the ult is, like vertically as well.
Ah, that's true.
So the counterplay to it will be a lot easier. Like before, like especially when I'm playing Pharah and I don't have like my jetpack on cooldown, I'm just trying to hover. Like I think that even if I'm standing like a little bit above it, like I'd be screwed. But now I'd see like, okay, here's the dome. I can be this close to it without getting affected.
Oh, that makes sense.
You know?
Okay, let's quickly touch on these. So, Orisa's maximum spread reduced. I like this change.
Yeah.
Because it means I can play Orisa more effectively now, because her spread was horrific. It was so hard to me to play it with how big the spread was.
Orisa's probably going to be a bit more impactful because you can now like get your hits more consistently.
That's
I
true.
still don't see Orisa as like a super impact like kind of tank. She could definitely like work, but she's more like team oriented. It's more like setting up with your teammates, you know, like setting up a lot of those combos with like Diva, self-destruct, and to halt, you know?
Yep.
That's the impact I get from Orisa. This is a bit more of a direct kind of thing, where she can do more, like she can influence the game directly a bit more now. But I don't know, I still don't see her being as impactful as Reinhardt or Winston.
So now there is some soldier as well. Shots until reaching maximum spread increased 6 to 9. This is great, I think, because a lot of when playing soldier, the more you shoot, it's spread. The more spread it is. It's great for because nobody plays soldier right now. Let's be real here. There's not a lot of people playing soldier, so I don't think this change will affect his play rate. But at the same time, he could be more effective as a hit scan, at least for like 9 shots. You know. All right.
Let's get to the big one.
The big but small Swedish man.
Yes.
Torbjorn. So the Torbjorn rework is now live. And it was also a very fun time in comp, apparently, because it's like disabled or something. Alright, let's go through them.
Okay, we don't have to go through them one by one. Just
I'm not gonna go through them one by one. I'm just...
What do you feel about Torbjorn overall?
I don't like that Blizzard keeps putting ults to E. Like, I don't like it. It's kind of like, I don't know. What do you feel about it? When they put like res to E, like they made an ability, it was a very, very, very hard Mercy meta. Like I was forced to play Mercy forever, so
I will say this much. I think when Mercy got res put into her E slot, I think that was far more impactful than whatever Torb got.
Yeah.
Because res is such a bigger ability. The old Molten Core, even when I'm playing against it now, it's so, I don't know, it's just kind of whatever. Like, I don't worry about it, like when I'm fighting a Torbjorn. When I played Torbjorn, I don't really get much of an impact. You know, it doesn't really change the game.
Well,
you know?
if you look at it this way, Torbjorn movement is also slow. He could use that to escape. I was playing Mystery Heroes today, and I was so frustrated at how I stayed alive for so long. Because of how E works. Of course, I would just throw the game and like, oh my gosh, please kill me. I don't like playing Torbjorn. So whenever I'm like about to like get killed, I would just use Molten Core. I mean, Overload. It's called Overload. We would use Overload, get out, escape to a health pack. I was on that character for so long.
But I mean, at the same time, you're not winning fights because of that.
Yeah, you're not.
You're just backing out and retreating. You're not really having an impact on the fight. I don't know. I'd give another ability. If I were Blizzard, I'd scrap Overload. I'd figure out maybe something to do with his hammer, because his hammer really has nothing to do at this point, except maybe get those...
melee. It's a melee.
It's a stupid melee. It's a meme melee, you know?
It is.
It's the melee like pros use on other pros. It's not really going to be that useful. I don't
make the hammer bigger, I guess. Make it like
no.
something.
Okay, do not make him
make
Reinhardt.
Not Reinhardt. Not even like just I don't know. Make it more useful.
I guess I just don't think E is that useful for Torbjorn. I really like the new Molten Core.
Let's talk about the Molten Core.
I think it's a good Molten Core. I think I like its area denial. It's not super unfair.
It's not. I don't think it's unfair. I've played enough of Quick Play to see that it's not a very big deal. Mm-hmm. It's really a good counter for characters with armor, as well as close comms.
Mm-hmm.
It forces everyone to spread around. It's area denial, kind of like how Hammond is, I guess, but he can control where it goes.
If I had any complaint with the new Molten Core, it'd be with the vanilla textures. I want the enemy Molten Core to be a bit darker than our team's Molten Core.
Oh, that's true.
Because when they're both using Molten Core and they just spread it on top of each other, it's very difficult to distinguish which one is ours, which one is theirs, what can't I step on. I know a lot of this could be changed using the new colorblind system, but I mean, with just the default textures, I'd like it to be a bit more distinguishable.
Alright, so that's about it. But overall, Torbjorn rework.
Mm-hmm.
What's your... How game-changing do you think it will be?
Not very game-changing at all. I don't think Torbjorn will still be that useful for character.
I don't think people are still going... there might be some maps where Torbjorn would be good, but not meta-changing.
He's going to be like Symmetra. Fine, this is going to be a bit more impactful as the character, but it's not going to drastically change the meta in any way.
Alright, that's about it. I guess for the patch notes... Let's talk about BlizzCon real quick. What do you think will be announced there?
A story mode. I think some form of story mode. I'm not sure if it will be DLC or not, but I mean, if they're not working on new modes for events, what's the writing team doing?
That's true.
What's the writing team doing? How much writing did you need to be done for the shooting stars animation?
Oh.
You know, it doesn't take a whole. It's not that difficult to write that.
How do you think it would look like though?
Gosh, that's the thing I've been talking about.
Because there are 28 heroes. How are they gonna do that?
Oh man, there could be so many cool concepts. I feel you could branch out. It could be the one thing I'm thinking about, and this will never happen, okay? But feels almost like Subspace Emissary from Super Smash Bros. Brawl in my head, where there'd be different narrative lines for different characters, and they meet and intertwine in different areas.
I understand. I know this.
Yeah.
Dissidia has the same thing.
Yeah, so I feel like you could do that. You're this one character, and you have to do this one mission. You have to do a boss. So you could be Tracer, and you have to get through this whole enemy base, just on your own. Maybe a mission went wrong, and then it's just you stuck there now.
That's good. That's interesting.
Yeah. And then you could have a boss battle, a giant freaking robot thing, Omnic thing. It's just tiny ass British girl.
That is very optimistic.
It is so optimistic. This is why I'm thinking it's not going to happen that way. That's why I threw the option of DLC. Maybe if this was huge, they could put it up for DLC.
I would buy it.
I would buy it as well.
I would buy it.
I do not think this is what we're gonna get. If we're gonna get the story mode, look, I think story mode is important for one reason. I think this is going to give Overwatch a second win.
Yeah.
You know, this could boost Overwatch again, bring it back to like the popular domain that it used to reign over. You know, before PUBG, Fortnite. This could be Overwatch coming back strong by getting that single player demographic as well as getting the casuals to play the single player as well. You know, and make them realize, oh man, we really missed this game.
I mean, it took me like months to even start playing Overwatch because I was not the kind of person to play like FPS multiplayer games. I was never that person. So I would really, really like the story mode as well.
Yeah, it could be very interesting. I don't know how they're going to do it and if they're going to do it that way. I can only hope. I'm not a game designer. I just want something engaging and something that can really help like Overwatch's growth as a game, because that could also help its esport.
All right, so another thing. What?
Speaking of esport, real quick, I just want to say, since we're on the topic of BlizzCon,
okay,
do you have any predictions for the Overwatch World Cup?
It's probably gonna be created again, Pharah. No. I feel like maybe Canada will have a chance.
I'm really hoping for China. I
And
would
China.
love to see China.
I would love to see a China Korea and
I don't think USA's got a chance.
yeah, I don't think they do.
USA is super hyped on themselves. I don't think USA has a chance.
I feel like Canada, Korea, China.
Well, no. To me, China's a long shot. I just would like to see it happen.
No, I feel like it's possible.
I guess.
But
I mean,
I think like the first fight is like Canada versus China. Right
no.
away.
The first fight is Finland, China, and then
it's
Canada,
Finland, China.
France.
Oh, France.
Yeah, so here, my guess is it's probably going to come down to South Korea and either Canada or Finland. But I would love it to be China.
Although if I would have to choose between Canada and Finland, I'd rather have Canada, to be honest.
I guess, yeah. Canada's
I mean,
a cool team.
They're a cool team.
I feel Canada's also more versatile than Finland.
Yeah.
Finland seems like they'd be like hard stuck on hard tanks, while Canada would be far more versatile.
Europe really likes their tanks. Okay?
Yeah, Europe really likes their
loves
tanks.
their tanks. All right, going back. I think that they're also going to drop a new animation. Hopefully for Zen. Please give Zenyatta lore.
It's going to be for Lucio. I can feel it.
No, it's going to be Zenyatta. I would like to believe that.
Lucio 2018. Lucio.
I also think they're going to drop another hero.
Yeah, I feel like...
Hero 29. I think this is one of those first BlizzCons where there were no leaks yet. There's not a lot of theories on who it will be.
Yeah.
But a lot of people seem to want a hit scan. Which is some hit scan that can probably, like, I don't know, counter a lot of the CC because, God, the CC.
Maybe a hero who can, I don't know, maybe a DPS with some sort of like fortify.
Oh yeah, that would be
guess.
cool.
I don't want the character who can give CC to their teammates. I would prefer a character who is like not super bothered by CC. I would love another hit scan. There are a lot of things they could do.
I think it should be another Omnic.
I don't know. We already have 2 Omnics.
Yeah.
I mean, like...
What, do you have a problem with Omnics? There's like a lot of humans in Overwatch, you know, so they should add another Omnic.
Okay, what more of like Omnic representation can we get? Okay.
I don't know, like it would be just fun to have another Omnic, I think.
I want like... No, we already have Genji. I was gonna say like a cyborg, but then I was like, Genji.
We have already. What? We have Omnics like Zen.
Yeah, we have 3 Omnics.
Bastion and Orisa.
Yeah.
Yeah, like another Omnic wouldn't be so bad.
I guess, but like... Man, we have 2 animals, 3 robots, you know? Like...
That'd be funny. Alright, what else could they be announced in BlizzCon?
I think like they're gonna hint a new map. Unfortunately, if the trend continues, this map is probably going to be a 2CP map.
Oh no, nobody wants that. Let's not talk about another map. Probably, I don't think they're going to release another map this soon because they did just release Busan.
No, but whenever BlizzCon happens, they give like pictures of like a new map they're working on. Like last BlizzCon, they showed pictures of like of Blizzard World, and then the year before that, they showed pictures of Horizon Zero, like Horizon Lunar Colony.
That's true.
So I mean, no, it wasn't Horizon. It was Oasis that they showed pictures of.
It was Oasis.
So I mean, we're probably going to get like a new hey, we're working on this map. It's 2CP, and then everyone collectively groans.
Imagine if it was like another game mode altogether, or a map, but it's not 2CP or whatever.
I mean, I don't think we're going to get a different like game mode. I think the 3 game modes we have are staples. They already introduced like Capture the Flag, and Capture the Flag isn't like a big game mode.
Yeah,
you know?
it's not. Who knows? Honestly. Yeah. At this point, it's gotten to the point that we don't even know what's going to happen anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Last thing about BlizzCon. Sombra skin. Are you going to pay for it or are you going to wait for it?
We're going to wait for it. I mean, it's going to become a free skin eventually, so...
How do we know that?
It was mentioned that it was going to be a free skin, like, later on. I correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember reading something where like, the virtual pass gives you the Sombra skin right away, but it will be released later on. So, yeah.
Let's be hopeful, and we'll find out. They will announce it, and then remember like the Blizzard skin was a skin like it was a Bastion.
No, but those are BlizzCon skins.
Yeah, BlizzCon skin, Bastion, and
Winston.
Remember that people who collect skins, who like actively collect skins, are unable to get that.
I know, but those were BlizzCon skins. The Sombra skin is not a BlizzCon skin. It's just like a Demon Sombra.
Which looks really good, by the way.
It is a really cool skin.
Alright, that's enough about Overwatch and BlizzCon. Let's talk about the one thing that you have been dying to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Vento Aureo.
Okay, before we get into Vento Aureo, because this is such a momentous occasion for myself and for all JoJo fans, let's get into a little bit of our backstory with JoJo. How did you get into JoJo? Then I'll say how I got into JoJo.
Well, I got into JoJo because you kind of just like, let's watch JoJo, and then we did watch JoJo. But I really got into it because of a cosplayer named Leon Chiro. I met him in Asia Pop Comic Con, and I don't know, like watching him interact with all of those people with me. He gave me like a cookie that I completely messed up on because I was supposed to like get it with my mouth, but I panicked and didn't. I don't know. He was cosplaying.
He was cosplaying Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph, and you can see like the amount of work he's done on it, and he's ripped. Like he is actually ripped, you know. So it's perfect for him, like his body type. And I don't know, like after seeing it, I'm like, man, I want to cosplay again. And then I asked you like, hey, is there like a JoJo character I can play? And you're like, Jolene. And I'm like, okay, I don't really have the body for Jolene, but I can work on that. And then after that, I'm like, okay, part 6 isn't going to come out soon, but I might as well catch up on like all the other JoJos. So I think we just watched everything. So now we're caught up and we're now watching Vento Aureo.
Yeah. My JoJo journey started with my anime club. Like I had a few friends there that told me, hey, you should check out this cool series. It's like manga. At the time I started reading it, it was manga only. I think season 1 started airing around that time, but it didn't. Like, there weren't a lot of, like...
How long was that? Like, when was this?
Okay, maybe, like, some episodes were already out. Because I started reading JoJo at, like, 2013. and the anime came out 2012, sometime in 2012. So there were a couple episodes that were out, but it wasn't like out. At that point, the Kono Dioda meme was already everywhere. It was in the public conscious.
It was.
So, I gave it a shot. I really did not like part 1. I told my friends I really thought part 1 was stupid. And I read part 2, and I got hooked on part 2. Part 2 really, really captured everything that I thought I was supposed to get about JoJo. I was like, now I get it. And then part 3 lost me again. Part 3 threw me off. I was so bored. It was so long. There were so many meaningless fights in the manga. And then part 4 got me back. Kira is such a cool villain. The Morio gang, they are such a cool group of friends. Okuyasu is a complete idiot. And then part 5 lost me. So it's an up and down thing with me. I've always been up and down with JoJo. Part 5 lost me, part 6 got me back, and then part 7 is hands down my favorite part. It is one of the best manga I've ever read. But then, you started getting into JoJo, and I had to start rewatching. I started watching the anime. And the anime of JoJo is so much more forgiving, so much more accessible than the manga.
It took me forever to finish first one.
I guess, yeah. But part 1's anime compared to its manga, it's so much better. It's so much funnier. Part 3 is hilarious in the anime. It is addicting. Sure, it's still long and there are so many stupid fights. Who really cares about this katana stand? You remember Anubis?
Yeah, I remember.
It's such a whatever stand. But at the same time, so much of it is fun and just endearing. So now
and
that
the memes
are incredible, all of the English, so many lines in the manga do not hit you the way they do in the anime. When Darby says, "Do you understand?" Not "Do you understand?" When he says, "What does Darby say to Joestar again?"
I don't remember.
He says, "Go ahead, Mr. Joestar."
Oh, that. Oh, God.
In the anime, it is delivered so well.
I remember you
funny.
were spamming that to me for the last 3 days.
I am into the part 3 memes. They are in my blood. So I'm super excited about part 5's anime because part 5 was one of my least favorite JoJo parts. But I've had such a wonderful experience with the anime so far that I'm hoping this turns me around in part 5. I'm hoping that I start seeing part 5 in a different light and I start enjoying it way more because I really like this franchise.
All right,
now,
so
let's get into part 5.
Into part 5. So we watched 2 episodes so far.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel about the opening?
The opening is such a great opening. Fighting Gold is so good. I think I would put it above every part 4 opening, and then I would put it above maybe the second opening, End of the World, from part 3. But still below Stand Proud, still below...
Stand Proud is too good.
Stand Proud is very good. Still below Bloody Stream, barely below Bloody Stream. I think it's very close to Bloody Stream. But nowhere near as iconic as Stand Proud or Sonochi no Sadame.
And I remember how all the intros, the openings are actually spoilers, but you don't know how or why. Yeah. So I'm looking at every single one, okay, what's this going to be? How are we going to meet this person? What would be the circumstances of how we're going to meet them? It's all really good, especially that I forgot the name of that character, the one with the plane.
Narantia.
Oh yeah, it was so well timed. So the transition was always...
It is so fantastic. It makes part 5 seem super exciting, which it actually is. Now, even though I wasn't a big fan of part 5's manga, hands down, I will say part 5 has the best fights of any JoJo part. The fights in Vento Aureo are second to none. And it's going to be super cool to see them animated. When you mention spoilers in the opening, I can tell you right now, the opening itself spoils the thematics of part 5. It spoils the ending of part 5. It spoils a lot of things about
And this is why I don't really want to read the manga. Because I don't want to understand the opening.
Yeah. I mean, don't read the manga of Part 5. I would recommend that you watch all of Part 5.
Yeah, I'll just read Part 6.
Yeah. You start reading Part 6's manga. I think Part 6's manga is a very interesting manga. It's one of the most polarizing parts of JoJo. A lot of people really dislike it. I love Part 6, and it's the part that makes me hate the fandom the most.
Really?
Because I feel it's the fandom that doomed Part 6 with the way they rejected it, so that it couldn't really blossom into what it wanted to be.
I mean, I already like it.
You haven't even...
I haven't even read it. I just look at like how people are talking about Jolene and how like posts everywhere, and then people are like, okay, you just can't wait for Part 6. I'm like, that's what I see. I see that part of the fandom. I don't see like the majority of it.
Yeah. I mean, I just hope, because I know Part 5 will be a success. People are going crazy over this, and it's so good as well. Everything about it is so good so far. We'll get into this a little bit more, but I'm just saying that there's no way this is not going to be a success. I think Part 5 is definitely an ace in the hole already. And we are going to get a Part 6 anime. I'm not sure about a Part 7 anime, but a Part 6 one for sure.
For sure, they have to. I mean, it would be just a travesty to stop JoJo at like 5.
Yeah.
Alright. Now the more important thing about the most recent episode is the ending.
Uh-huh.
The ending. The ending.
Wait, are you telling me you don't wake up horny? Freaking Me is such a wild card ending, I swear.
Like, I did not expect that.
Yeah, everyone was like Gangster's Paradise. I personally wanted... what song did I want? Like, I wanted either a Green Day song or I wanted Wannabe by Spice Girls.
Yeah.
But, I mean, no one saw this. Like, Jodeci's Freaking Me. It's just, what?
Yeah, like the whole fandom is like going crazy about this ending.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, what? They did that? Oh, okay.
Okay, I will say this though. To me, it is not the worst ending JoJo has had. I think the first...
I don't even think it's bad.
I don't think it's great. But I don't think it's great because the animation is very whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Compare that to the ending of Part 4.
Uh-huh.
You know, Part 4's ending is such a good one. You know, I want you, I need you. It's so catchy, it's so good, and the animation for it is so nice. But this one, it's kind of whatever. It's just there. It's just scrolling through it. But the song.
I think the song is the real winner there.
Yeah, it's such a weird song, but at the same time, it gives it so much personality.
It does.
Yeah.
All right. So the actual episode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Spoilers. I mean, obviously, we're going to start talking about the last 2 released episodes of JoJo Part 5.
Mm-hmm. I will not spoil anything further than these 2 episodes. I will not say who's going to appear, how it's going to appear. I'll just focus on the 2 episodes. Bruno, best boy. Easily best boy.
Easily.
I love Sticky Fingers. It is such a cool stand. Like, the way he just drops the hand.
Oh,
like,
God.
just unzips it, like the dude's arm. It's so good.
Yeah, and where they showed like the kind of the backstory of Giorno.
Oh, yeah.
And how why he wants to be a gangstar.
Mm-hmm.
You would want to protect like young Giorno, like no baby boy.
You actually said something about Giorno, which I think is very, very apt.
Which
very
one?
correct. Where you said that Giorno is the chaotic good.
Oh yeah, I said that.
Where he definitely is. Like, Giorno, more often than not, is a good guy. But he doesn't play by the rules. He doesn't, he's not afraid of like getting his hands dirty. He is still a Brando in ways. He can still do some like mess up stuff, but it's always going to be, I'm going to do small evils for like the greater good. It's not all the way Machiavellian, but it almost feels like he's a nice guy, but he's going to do some questionable stuff every now and then, but still.
Yeah, I said that because it was when he was a kid and there was like the gangster that he kind of protected when he saw him. He's like, oh no, he's like me, you know. So when the gangsters were like, "Where have you seen this guy?" He was like, "No, he went that way." You know, and that guy is the one who actually showed him like how it would be like to be taken care of. Because that guy who is like, I don't know, it's like a leader of a gang or something, like he owned the turf. Everybody started being nice to him. So it was a kind of ironic that he felt love, he felt protected, not by his parents, but by a gangster who was just in the background, who was just in the sidelines.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting that Giorno felt like a kinship, like empathy and compassion right away, especially after like his abusive like childhood, that he would still have those intact, you know? I think that's a very revealing characteristic of Giorno. I don't know if I'd say it's very well laid out. I don't think like the anime or Araki like really establishes that he is inherently a very empathetic person if the person is like of the same experience of it as him. You know, if he can like empathize, then he will be compassionate and helpful. But I mean, it's not so out of the blue. You know, you'd still kind of expect it. So I mean, I could still accept it. It's not like a stretch.
Right. So basically, like for the last 2 episodes, do you think that this is a good direction for like JoJo?
What do you mean for JoJo? Do you mean like the entire franchise or for this part?
Like for this part, like so far.
Oh yeah, I think this is pretty great. I think it's kind of serious, like as serious can get with a JoJo, you know? This is probably the most serious a JoJo has been since maybe part 1, but part 1's very earnest. This is just a lot more like blunt in your face, but the memes will come, people. The
memes are already there.
Yeah, there are already some memes popping out, but there are more memes to come once we meet the rest of the Passion gang. But yeah, I really like this direction. I love the art for this part.
Yeah, it's great.
The art for part 4 threw me off a bit because coming from like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4 was such a drastic like art like turn, but this one goes back a little bit to the part 3. It's still kind of like part 4-ish, but more with like part 3 shadows, part 3 shading. So I'm really into the direction part 5 has taken, and I want to see where it goes.
Alright, I mean, I do too. I'm quite excited for how it goes, and we're good for like JoJo for the next 30, 40 episods.
We have 37 episodes left.
30 episodes. That's a lot of weeks to wait until it's all over. Alright, so I guess we should start wrapping up. What do you think?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's been cool, it's been good.
We'll be releasing this once a week.
Yeah, hopefully once a week.
Yeah, you can give us, I don't know, comments, feedback whenever we'll post everything. Alright, so that's it. Anything you want to add?
JoJo is such a good thing. If you are not watching JoJo, you should watch JoJo. Once you finish watching JoJo, you should read the rest of JoJo and then meme with the rest of the world. Meme with us as well. Just like, send us memes. I don't care. You know, I love JoJo.
Alright, that's it. This has been Geek Podcast, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.